Hi, Sugar Snaps. I recently ran into a conundrum, which was trying to find the center of a circle. And I'm no math genius, so that process was a little complicated at first because my typical go-to way of doing it is folding the circle in half and then in half the other way to find the center. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute as one option. But there is another option for finding the center of a circle. And this has come up quite often in my making journey. And so I wanted to share with you the trick that I have learned to help me find the center of a circle. So what you'll need to practice this skill is something round that you can trace, some scrap paper, a ruler, a pen or pencil. I have a Sharpie so that you can see my lines, and a pair of scissors. So this is the first way that I have typically found the center of a circle, which is to fold the circle in half, open it up, and then fold it in half the other way. And then the creases show me where the center is. So the center being right there. Now, this doesn't always work, especially when you're working with wood pieces like I was on my drop spindle. And so having another way that you can draw it right on the surface of where you're working is really convenient. So that's where I learned this trick. So here's my circle. Now, what you'll be doing is drawing two parallel lines on the circle and then connecting those lines diagonally. But in order to draw those lines in, you'll be making the cross lines, the parallel lines, equidistant from the edge. So I need two parallel lines. I'm going to use my ruler to line up with this edge here, line up here, and then draw a line, and then move it to the other side, line it up with that edge. Make sure it's parallel with this first line here. Parallel meaning side by side, and then draw your next line. So I have two lines that are parallel to each other and equidistant from the outside of the circle to where they're at. So now to find the center, you will take the ruler and match it to where that line meets the side of the circle, and then where the second line meets the side of the circle. So connecting the two diagonally, and then draw a line across. And then do the same in the other direction, connecting corner to corner of your little rectangle here in the center. Okay, and so then where the two meet here, that is the center point. So that is how to find the center point. Some things to be aware of is that if you draw your circle on your paper, or you're working with the circle, you can use larger objects. I was using this ruler. If you're using a small circle, you can use the width of a pencil or a pen or something very narrow. You can even use a quilter's ruler so you can see through the ruler to make your marks. But you want to make sure, if I do one here that comes up to the edge of the circle, I'll create my line. But I'm not particular about where the next one comes, and I create another parallel line, and then my crosshairs, like so. That's saying that is the center of my circle. And visually, I can tell that's not the center of my circle. So keeping these equidistant and parallel lines in mind when you're creating your graph is key to making sure you find that exact center. Of course, you can use the cutting out the paper and folding it in half and in half again to find your center. There's nothing wrong with that, no shame in doing that process. But this is another way, without having to use any crazy mathematical equations, to find the center of a circle that you're working with. I hope you found this helpful. Check out my other videos, especially the drop spinning videos. I'll link those in the description below, where I use this technique to create a wooden drop spindle. Thanks for watching. I hope you find this technique useful in your creating. It's just a great life skill to know how to find the center of a circle. Let me know in the comments below if you use this on one of your crafts. Check out my other videos. I have a bunch of spindle making, drop spindle making videos. I'll link in the description below. You can check those out and get spinning on your own handmade drop spindle. So like this video because it helps me keep the channel going, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.